Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, using Tarot Grand Lux by Ciro Marchetti. Website at the top, usgamesinc.com. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. There's the full box. I don't know if you want to see it, but there you go. Supportive Oracle cards. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Website in the back of this one is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. Again, feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. Whew. What do we have for Capricorn? I really like this. And, ooh, success at the bottom. Okay, so, all right, I'm like questioning, like, I think I really like this. No, this is gonna work. How are you gonna feel about this, though? Yeah, I think you're fine. Other people might have some difficulties, but okay, so I'm trying to pull it together here to, like, where do we start? It's going to be one of those, but true to Capricorn, I feel like where we should start is the beginning. So this is something, when you got involved with it, you knew it was going to take a lot of work. You also knew it was going to have setbacks or challenges that were going to need to be dealt with as they popped up. I feel like you just accepted that. You saw what you're getting involved with. You looked at it in the total picture, and you're like, all right, this is going to be a little cuckooville every once in a while, but I got this. And I also feel like you kind of got to the thing where you knew, like, once in a while you were not going to like what went on. You were not going to like certain things that happened. But you seem to have made peace with it right in the beginning. Like, I know that's going to happen. I know I'm not going to like it, but I'm also going to fix it, and it's going to work out because I'm not... Capricorn doesn't get involved with things to fail. You get involved with things to succeed, and it's kind of like, as long as I know I can make it work, I may not like what's going to happen, and I know every now and then there's going to be those wonky moments, but I will put them back where they're supposed to go, and this will afford me what I want from it. So I feel like you got involved with this situation very realistically, but there was also another element to this. It's not only that. And it's like, I feel like that's coming in very strong, like, oh, it wasn't just that. You have an ally in this connection. Now, when I say ally, it doesn't have to mean you're best buddies with this person, doesn't mean you planned this out with this person. This is somebody where I see where they're going, I see their transparency about certain things. Maybe they don't tell me everything, but they tell me enough. And I know that they're also invested and they show up to win. They don't show up to just throw away their time. If they're here, they're going to get something out of it. They're going to make it work. So it's like ally with, like, there's a lot of earth in this reading, by the way. There's a lot, which is very good because you're an earth card. You're an earth sign. So you had somebody who you believed very wholeheartedly. I really do. Like, you saw the way they do things, and you're like, that's how I that is very similar to the way I do things. There's a plan, there's a method. You don't show up unless you're going to get something out of it. Like, you're not just going to, like, I'll just throw away my time. Nope, never. That's not this person, and it's not you either. So that type of feeling, like, I have confidence in the person I'm working with. Again, you don't have to be best buddies, but it's like, I like the way they do things. I wouldn't say you're best buddies with them or you like them as a person, but you like their work ethic. Is that fair? Maybe that's fair. So when little weirdo things, why am I using odd? Okay, when little oddball things come in, I hope I'm not slamming somebody when I say that, because it might be a person. So I don't mean to, like, I don't want to be like name calling. I'm trying to not. So I'm like, I feel like it's the reaction, like, oh, that's not right. It's kind of like that. I'm trying to describe the reaction. I'm not trying to name call them, but I'm afraid it's going to come off that way, so I don't want it to be that way. Because somebody's showing up. Things are going quite well. Things are where they're supposed to be. Things are in line, working in order, as much as you expect them to. So I feel like they're as smooth as can be realistically expected. So, for example, if you're working at daycare, things get done in their proper timing, but it's not gonna, it's a little bit different every day. You got some personalities to deal with, but for the most part, everybody's safe and gets what they need to get done. You know what I mean? That type of thing. So as realistic as it can be. I don't want to I don't know, the words that I want to use to describe this are just, I'm thinking aren't good. Somebody shows up. It could be, I know, I feel like for most of you it's a person. It could be something, some random thing. Very vocal, just shows up. This is just like somebody who just shows up, makes a mess, and then they're gone. So it's kind of like, how do you explain this? It's like having a random visitor that you don't really know. And they want to it's almost like, it reminds me of somebody like they breaking down, like their car breaks down and for some reason their cell phone isn't working or whatever. So they come in and ask to borrow yours, and they have like 2 little kids. So they come in, you let them use your phone. While they're using your phone, the kids are like making messes throughout the house, and then somebody shows up to pick this person up. This person leaves, their car's gone, everything's gone. They're not coming back, but there's like a mess to deal with now. And it's kind of like, well, I guess I let them in, and now I gotta clean up this mess. Really, that's a real nice thank you. That's kind of how this feels. It's kind of like, I was nice to you. Okay. It's kind of like one of those things, like, okay. So it's kind of like, all of a sudden I feel like things go behind. Things are like off schedule. I want to say off schedule, and I'm like, I'm not happy about it. But I'm like, it's weird, because I feel like I'm not happy about it. You're not going to be happy about things being off schedule. You're not. But I'm like, I know that I'm angry about it, but I'm also like, I don't have time to be angry about it. I just got to fix it. I don't have time to do that, because if I spew off about how I feel, then other people get bent out of shape, and then it becomes, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to kind of, I feel like I'm choking it down. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I'm just saying for the time being, I feel like I'm just holding it in. At the very least, I've just decided where I am right now is not a place where I'm going to vent it. So you may vent it later. Hopefully you do, because I feel like it's better if you vent it later in a place where you have control of it and it affects who you want it to affect, or don't. Like maybe you go hunting, or you go outside and you do something. You do something outside, and just like, no, it's like you get rid of that energy however you need to, but you're like, I just don't want it where I am right now, where I'm getting angry, is not a place where I can express that without it having more setbacks that I am not interested in. And I feel like people know that you're not happy, and people want to keep you happy, which we like this, because people are doing their best to help put things back in order. So I feel like people are taking you seriously, because I don't feel like you're super nice, but you're definitely not mean. You seem to be very focused, and people know you. I feel like people know you well enough to where if they really make you mad, you will express that, and they don't want to see that. So they're trying to help you put things where they're supposed to go. So it's almost like you have a couple people who live with you, maybe whoever. They see that this has happened. You let those people in the house. It's not their fault that those messes are there, but they realize that you're not happy about it. So they're just kind of pitching in to help you correct it, so that we can move on, and then things can be back the way they're supposed to be. So you do get some support here. I'm seeing this card. Well, I'm seeing a couple. I'm seeing the Success card, so I think I mentioned that before. That's an 6 of Wands. And I'm seeing this card here, which they gave me a backup card, and I was thinking it was good because this is the Capricorn card. The Devil card is the Capricorn card, which means you're in your element. Things are working out the way they're supposed to. The best they're going to. Everything is going right where it's supposed to. These moments are going to happen. And I feel like you're also probably reminding yourself of this during this situation. Like, I knew these moments would happen every now and then. I wouldn't be happy, but I wasn't going to let them get the better of me. And I'm not. So I'm going to get this fixed. And you're seeing the help around you. And I feel like you're appreciating that. So I feel like that's good. I know it's the Devil card, but for Capricorn, that's a positive card. It just means you're in your element. the devil, I know it gets a bad rap for being like, evil, but it talks about boundaries, non-negotiable boundaries, things that need to be done a certain way, and that the devil's like, if you don't do it, I'll make sure you regret it because I don't put up with that. Boundaries are there for a reason. You're not allowed to change the boundaries, and you are the person setting the boundaries. So nobody's like, going against you. Well, nobody that's still around is. That random energy came and left. That's gone. Other people are helping you work out. You are creating this the way you want it to. I know this is going to... I'm telling you, this is good. That devil card is not bad in this situation. I just feel like people are going to argue with that. But hey, do what you got to do. Things will go back where they're supposed to be, and you're going to be very happy. This is one of those snags. I feel like the reason this reading is really coming through strong, and what they want to highlight from this, they want you to celebrate the fact that you handled it extremely well. They also want to make sure that you vent out that energy somewhere. So if you weren't planning to, it depends on you what works for you. You probably know what works for you better than what I could tell you. Some people, if you just have a time at the end of the day just to go for a private walk, it might be that private time. It might be. It might be you have some type of there's adult coloring books, or some people actually like organizing things, especially earth signs. I've seen that happen a couple times, and I thought that was interesting. Sometimes what helps you vent out negative energy and get rid of it is to find something that needs to be organized and just literally organize it. You ever hear of those people that take their record collection or their CD collection, if you still have CDs? I do. And they either line them all up by color, or they line them all up by alphabetical order or by genre or whatever they want. Or maybe put it in a more pleasing pattern or more pleasing place. It could be organizing something that helps you vent out that energy. So they're like, make sure you vent out that energy. And if you can get a ritual going down where you do that at least weekly, if not daily, if it's possible, that will greatly increase your energy, make this a lot better for you. It'll give you a lot more stamina to deal with these things. It also keeps these things from building up. If you don't vent out that energy, these little things are going to keep happening, and it's just kind of like filling the glass until it finally spills over, which is not really fun for you or anybody else. But if you keep, venting out that energy and dumping out the glass, it doesn't have to rule you in any way. Also, a part of this is celebrating your successes. Realize that you did this, you handled it, and you handled it extremely well, and make sure you celebrate that. Whatever you need to do to celebrate that. Celebrate yourself a little bit. I'm not saying you have to go out and buy a new car. I'm not saying that, but maybe get yourself a nice dinner or something, or maybe you go out to dinner, but every now and then you just treat yourself to something a little bit more extravagant because you deserve it. Maybe this is one of those times, something like that. Make sure you celebrate yourself for this, because you did do really well with it. So make sure you vent out that energy and celebrate yourself. They're both extremely important, both of them, because both of those energies will keep your energy high. It will make this much more successful for you. It'll keep your energy in that very positive place, and this will go very well for you. All right, I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.